Domestic Girlfriend, the wholesome anime about high school romance, unrequited love, and accidentally sleeping with your future stepsister? A deep story of forbidden yet not forbidden love, a love triangle that can truly never resolve, and the remnants of love that will never fade. In all seriousness, this series is my guilty pleasure. I was pretty excited to hear that this manga was receiving an anime adaptation. So today let's figure out just how the anime and manga compare.
未熟しくあれ
At the very core, we have a love triangle going on between Natsuo, our protagonist, Hina, stepsister number 1, and Rui, stepsister number 2. Natsuo lives with his new stepsisters after his dad remarries, except things are very screwed up now because A. Natsuo has been in love with Hina, who is a teacher at his high school he attends, for quite some time, and B. Natsuo had a one-night stand with Rui because they both wanted to lose their virginity and see what the big deal was about. From this setup, the story progresses in arcs with introductions of other supporting characters, interesting subplots, and unexpected character developments. Each arc is actually pretty interesting and contributes to the overall plot, though there are some rare filler elements. Some arcs are heavy with content, some light, and each chapter ends on some kind of hook. To top it off, the pacing was just right about 99% of the time. The art style, it's appealing to the eye with decent character models, although it does share similarities with other anime of the same genre. The visuals and animation are consistent and maintain a good quality, although it never becomes great or outstanding. So the real question is, how do the episodes add up to the manga? At first, the pacing of the series stays pretty true to the story. Of course, the more ecchi scenes were cut, but for the most part, it's consistent up until about episode 5. We start seeing some made-for-anime changes, certain gags are scrapped, and more importantly, story arcs related to new girl characters like everyone's favorite, Momo Kashiwabara, were all resolved within a single episode. For this to occur, story events were shifted around, which is not that big of an issue, but by episode 8, you can tell someone decided to hit the accelerator, as stories from entire chapters were entirely skipped. By episode 11 and 12, I'd come to the conclusion that this anime adaptation was purely manga bait. Its sole purpose is to entice you to read the manga. The glaring problem is that the anime skips so much emotional development, we are given the payoff without the build-up. For example, in the manga, there were already rumors in the school pertaining to another teacher, Mr. Kiria, dating a student due to a letter that was sent to the school office calling out a lewd teacher for again allegedly having a relationship with a student, or the fact that Hina tells an old friend the entire truth about her relationship with Natsuo, and Natsuo overhears her innermost feelings, including the fact that she was doubting their relationship was realistic from the start. Showing just these two extra arcs would have cleared up a bit of confusion with the finale episodes. Without this, you don't really understand Hina's reasoning for leaving. In a nutshell, it's missing the charm of the internal struggle we see in the manga of Natsuo and Hina trying to figure out their feelings for one another. This ensemble of characters and side characters is probably one of the most compelling cast in any drama manga I've read so far. The characterization and themes present in this side cast is so engaging. You have a former mob boss turned gay coffee shop owner. You have a famous novelist who's struggling with a lifelong regret of his child's death and literally burying himself in his work, being abandoned by his family, and many more compelling, even diverse stories, touching on themes like insecurity, depression, personal identity, and artistic jealousy. But sometimes characters overstay their welcome within the manga, which sidetracks the main storyline, which is the relationship between the three main characters. There are plenty of supporting characters who play their role in a specific arc, and then they are gone, but we get reminded of them every once in a while. We get to know the character for a couple chapters, and then they go off and do their own thing, kind of like real life. But I think the true beauty of character is displayed within the main three characters, Natsuo, Hina, and Rui. Natsuo, the main character, we follow him around for most chapters of the series. Natsuo is a great main character because he has such a wide array of emotions and expressions with his fellow characters. He has so many different supporting characters which have taught him a lesson or who he teaches a lesson, and of course his romantic relationships teach him a lot as well on how to become a better man. Hina is one of the main female leads and the oldest of the two sisters. She is bubbly, which is a complete 180 to Rui. She is introduced as Natsuo's crush and teacher, but we later learn that she has plenty of messed up things going on in her life, in which Natsuo and Rui try to help her overcome. However, because she doesn't want to burden her family, she tries to solve most things herself. Hina is definitely a character of love. She loves her mother and her sister, and it's great to see her go from teacher/student love to romantic interest with her and Natsuo. Now, my main issue with this manga is none other than Rui Tachibana. Frankly speaking, her character doesn't make sense. She comes off as the little sister who just wants what her older sister has because she has no personality herself. The fact of how inconsistent she is, sometimes I feel she contradicts her own feelings from previous chapters, which leads to weird story moments. To get into minor spoilers here about the latest chapters, it feels like Kai Sasuga has written herself into a bit of a corner. It seems as if the push for Natsuo to end up with Rui is the inevitable goal, and either something catastrophic will happen disturbing Rui and Natsuo's marriage, or something will be written in to ignite the love triangle once again, as it's been teased so far. Watching Domestic Girlfriend was not an easy experience for me as a manga reader. There are several episodes that made me want to tear my hair out. Domestic Girlfriend is a great read if you are into super dramatic dramas. It's unfortunate that the anime could not shine a bright light onto the series. Overall, my enjoyment of this series is mainly derived from the manga and how Kai Sasuga manages to make an almost impossible situation seem so painfully realistic. You can really relate to what some of the characters are feeling, whether it be coming to terms with unrequited love or desperately trying to accomplish or realize your goals. It all just feels real. Now, I have a very important question to ask you, the viewer. Who do you want to end up with Natsuo? Are you Team Rui or Team Hina? Let me know in the comments below, but let's be honest, there's only one right answer. As always, remember to give the video a like and subscribe for more, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next one.